Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. Patch 10.07 is introducing a new zone, featuring new daily activities, new threats, a ton of old gearing benefits, and even more content. This update is also introduced quite a bit of class changes, which improves the playstyle, talents, and build variety for some of our favorite classes. To help prepare for patch 10.07, I spent this week leveling alts through time walking dungeons, which may be one of the quickest leveling methods available, and I was able to finish out my mage, warlock, monk, and demon hunter, which completes my entire max level class roster. Recently, I've been getting messages from you guys asking me what are some of the classes that I could recommend getting ready as a potential alt or a main to swap to for the patch 10.07. While we don't yet know which class will ultimately come out the strongest, we can go over the 5 classes seeing the biggest improvements so far that you can start working on and get ready to prepare for this future upcoming build. But right before that, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you're looking to get regular class and content updates for all the future Dragonflight builds. The first class seeing big quality updates so far is the class of Death Knight, starting with the Necromantic Unholy spec, where we see new talent adjustments. First, the talent of Epidemic has been shifted to a new position, making sure that no matter your build, you'll always have access to a strong AoE toolkit. While Death Knights have found success as the mastermind of the Unholy Army, or potentially dove into concocting crippling diseases, many have not been able to create a Death Coiled focused build just yet. Patch 10.07 seeks to empower many of the underutilized talents, many of which greatly empower the value of your Death Coil ability, creating new potential for a pure Shadow Death Knight build, mixing together a bit of melee combat as well as armor-piercing Shadow Bolt damage. Then we have the Remorseless Might, that is, the Frost Death Knight. For starters, abilities like Remorseless Winter, the passive of the two-handed specialization, and the Frosted Obliterates talent have all become part of the base Frost toolkit, meaning that you gain a few more talent points to customize your playstyle, which hopefully improves on build variety. Taking place of one of the removed talents is Fatal Fixation, which allows you to bank up an extra charge of Killing Machine. For PvE gameplay, this means more flexibility when it comes to managing your resources, which helps prevent a bottleneck in gameplay. And for PvP, this allows you to create soul-crushing obliterate combinations, which can tear your foe apart in mere seconds. Overall, the class of Death Knight is making fairly significant gains so far in this future upcoming update. Next, we have the class of Monk, featuring the Healing Mistweaver and the Ferocious Windwalker. First, let's go over the upgrades coming to the damage-oriented spec. Windwalkers are trained warriors who specialize against fighting overwhelming odds, which makes them naturally powerful in dungeon situations, but less so great in one-on-one combat. Patch 10.07 seeks to upgrade their single target output, with increases to talents like Phelan Harmony, Inner Peace, as well as Rising Star. Rising Star gains bonus value towards the stat of Critical Strike, which improves Monk's gearing options and potentially scaling opportunities, meaning that this spec could potentially continue to offer competitive damage multiple patches later into Dragonflight, which helps players looking for that class longevity. We also have a new talent of Sky Touch. Windwalkers either get the choice of rushing headstrong towards the enemy with the Sky Reach, or hitting them from a safer distance with Sky Touch, which helps improve their positionals in PvE content. The Healing Mistweaver also sees improvements, primarily towards their talent of Shaylun's Gift. Shaylun's healing sees further upgrades, and its new mastery interactions only helps bolster its overall effectiveness. Shaylun's lessons are also known to the Mistweaver monk ahead of time, which allows you to maximize their effectiveness in a variety of combat situations. Calling upon your Celestial has also been improved. Empowered Celestials creates a shield around 5 of your closest allies, absorbing a portion of the damage they take, making Mistweavers even more reliable in dungeon and raid content, which should hopefully improve their overall viability. Next, we have the Chaos Incarnate, that is the class of Warlock. These crafty demonic conjurers are set to make big headways in patch 10.07 with the massive class improvements. Their main capstone talents of Summon, Soulkeeper, and Inquisitor's Gaze are seeing drastic performance upgrades, with the Demonic Eyeball buffed by up to 270%. The talent tree got rid of most underused talents, replaced with Sargerai Technique, which improves base ability damage, and Socrator's Guile, improving periodic spell effectiveness. The Summoner playstyle of Demonology has also seen further improvements, with patch 10.07 further empowering your demonic companions. Your bodyguard, the Felguard, can be further upgraded with talent choices, either the trusty Guillotine, which has become 200% more lethal, or empower your Guardian with the Immutable Hatred, making them that much more effective combatant when versing against a singular foe. Finally, your Tyrant can be further bolstered with Reign of Tyranny. While many Demo Warlocks will still prefer the shorter cooldown of your Demonic Commander, those hoping to gain more burst from the Tyrant may use Tyranny instead, increasing the pet's base effectiveness by 50%, on top of its original scaling effect. The talent ensures that the Tyrant regains more of a formidable presence on the battlefield, especially useful if you're looking to increase your burst output. Next, we have the devious spec of Affliction Warlock, where we see yet another shakeup in their talent tree. Passive effects like Xavian Techniques have become baseline, while other less utilized effects have been removed entirely. Replacing those are skills like Dark Virtuosity, which drastically bolsters your filler spells like Shadowbolt or Drain Soul. Kindled Malice increases your soul shard spenders like Rapture or Seed of Corruption. Your main summon of the Dark Lair has also been fortified. The Demonic Inquisitor will now scale his damage purely from a single target, making him far more effective against enemy players as well as raid bosses. This in turn causes talents like Grim Reach to gain far more AoE and cleave output, which could potentially let Warlocks make big gains in dungeon content. The next class to see new changes is the Totemic Shaman. First of all, the Shaman class tree was initially well received during the early and later development of Dragonflight Alpha and Beta, and this update seeks to improve on it even further. The class tree has gotten a new appearance, which places most nodes near each other based on their themes. You will notice totem talents are much closer together, as well as supporting skills, utility options, and damage modifiers. Talents like improved Lightning Bolt have proven to be fundamentally important for every Shaman spec, so its damage enhancement benefits have instead become baseline. And many of the lesser used skills are massively bolstered. Totems like the Poison Cleansing are now far more effective at removing toxins, which could even help shut down those pesky rogues within PvP. Restoration Shaman has also been greatly improved, gaining certain talents baseline, with Call of Thunder's damage modifiers of Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning, as well as Water Shield returning back as a naturally learned skill, leaving you with free talent points to spend into newly added talent nodes. Modify your Healing Tide Totem with Current Control, gaining a shorter cooldown, or Tide Turner, which helps you prioritize the most needy in your raid or party. Adjust Mana Tide Totem with Resonant Waters, increasing its effectiveness, or Spirit Walker's Totem, which empowers your healing abilities. The PvP talent of Tidebringer has been moved into the Restoration tree, which encourages the use of Chain Heal focused builds, and protect your allies with Earthen Harmony, reducing your allies' damage taken by 6% when surrounded with your Earthen Shield. Finally, we saved the best for last, as the class of Paladin is set to ascend to new heights in this future upcoming build. While the spec of Retribution is the main focus of this update, the class of Paladin is also seeing significant improvements. Starting with the overall survivability, it looks like Paladins are becoming a better fit for the plated armor. as Sanctified Plates improves its protective value, increases your stamina, and reduces all group-wide damage on top of it, making them much more durable in PvE group content. Retribution continues this defensive trend with a baseline Divine Protection, but can also spec into Shield of Vengeance as well, getting double mitigation benefits. Paladin's mobility has also been improved, as your trusted steed can now be reliably used off of global cooldown, with the Retribution also gaining passive movement speed with Judgment of Justice, and can bless the movement speed of you and your allies with Unbound Freedom. Paladins can also heavily augment their playstyle in a variety of different ways, from new modifiers to Crusader Strike, which can replace your auto attacks, generating much more passive damage as well as combat resources. Crusader Strikes can even cleave nearby targets and gain damage benefits from talents which modify your auto attacks. Judge your foes with empowered judgments, or cleave multiple foes with every judgment usage. Scorch your foes with Blades of Justice, even when fighting against multiple targets. Even abilities like Wake of Ashes can be further modified into a devastating cleaving combination attack to tear your enemies into shreds. The sheer customizability of Retribution Paladin is the main focus of patch 10.07, to provide all players a meaningful talent choices and greater fine-tuning of this powerful playstyle, while hoping to fix most of its original gameplay problems. Paladin is still expected to go through a variety of changes over the next few builds, but the initial reaction from the community has been mostly positive, with many hopeful that the same development effort could be dedicated to other specs over the future updates of this expansion. And for now, that's going to be the full list of classes seeing some of the biggest improvements so far in the patch 10.07, with potentially even more exciting updates coming in the future builds. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video and hope all of you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.